Hello, everyone. So here's what's going on. The scans that I had all came back great. Do not show any cancer that has spread anywhere at this point in time. The concern is that the cancer can still be in, I could still have cancer cells and tumor cells in my body, but they're not large enough to detect. Um, that's why people do chemotherapy, even if they don't show anything. I went to U of M, and I whatever. I wasn't like super impressed with anything. Honestly, I know they're really smart down there, and they have great teams and whatnot. Basically, what they laid out on the line for me is that if I do chemotherapy, I'll have a 43%. Or wait, hold on. Without chemotherapy, there's a 43% chance that I will get recurrent cancer, which means that the cancer is still in my body and it's going to start growing somewhere else, like in my brain or in my lung or in my bones. If I do chemotherapy, there's a 23% chance that I will still have that same exact problem. So it's like 43 if I don't do it, and 23 if I do it. My concern is that I don't really know what these statistics actually are telling me, because for whatever reason, I don't know why, they can't tell me who these women are. Like, there's no studies or information about, here's a group of people that opted out of chemo, and these people over here lived a healthy lifestyle and did all the things you're supposed to do to reduce your risk for cancer. These people over here just went back to their normal day and normal life, and because in our society, it's not conducive to a healthy lifestyle. It's just not. You have to work very, very, very hard to live a healthy lifestyle. It takes a lot of work. So, between those two groups of people, what is the rate of recurrence? That's what I want to know. That's really what I want to know. And I can't find that out because there's no information about that anywhere. I've been reading a lot, as I mentioned in my other post, about food and how it can affect cancer growth. And there are studies that show you eat these foods and it kills cancer cells, it stops cancer from growing, all these different things. And but there's no studies about people that do that and their risk. There's one study, women that ate a low-fat diet, and I didn't read the study, so there's still questions to be had regarding it, had a 5% reduced risk of getting recurrent cancer. So for me, that would be, like instead of 43%, 38%. So now I'm looking at between 38 and 23, that difference, if you're just talking straight statistics. And so because of these statistics, the doctors at U of M, you have to do chemotherapy. We strongly recommend it. You can reduce your risk by 50%. And then the one lady down there, she was like, she told me about that WIN study with the low-fat diet, and she's like, you can't even have one nut, and she's acting like it was a huge problem to live a healthy lifestyle like that. And honestly, for me, I'm already doing that, and I'm committed to doing this for the rest of my life. So I don't know. I just kind of felt like I was being bullied, actually, into doing chemotherapy. And I feel like I'm being bullied by the pharmaceutical companies to do chemotherapy, because why would they invest in cancer research that has to do with fruits and vegetables? Because they can't patent an apple, so they're not going to spend money on it. But they'll spend money on a drug that has all these side effects that would do the same exact thing as an apple, but we don't know that it does the exact same thing as an apple because they won't look at it. So that's frustrating. And then the government, I just heard on the news today, on these news shows, Republicans, we're going to cut cancer research. That's on the table. Okay, well, who's going to research this stuff? Are we going to leave it up to the pharmaceutical companies? They're never going to find natural. God made our planet. The solution is in our natural world. I firmly believe that. And the pharmaceutical companies are not going to be the ones to figure that out. So who's gonna? Anyways, that's my little issue with that. So I feel like I'm being bullied into doing this chemotherapy because I don't have any other statistics. I don't have any other science to go on. And so, I mean, yeah, these chemotherapy drugs have been shown. You put them in your body and they kill the cancer cells, which is great, but they also kill your hair follicles. They kill the good cells in your intestines. They lower your immune systems to make you more susceptible to other sicknesses and infections. They can damage your saliva glands, so you have dry mouth. They can, the good bacteria in your mouth is going to go away, so you get mouth sores and all this kind of stuff. So they're not just killing the cancer cells, they're killing all the good cells that grow fast. My ovaries is going to kill my ovaries. So, it's really frustrating because I honestly believe that if I eat a healthy diet and live a healthy lifestyle, that I can reduce my risk of recurrence just as much as I could if I do chemotherapy. I really believe that. And my instincts are telling me, and I could be wrong, but I listen to my gut, we all have those feelings that my cancer is gone, they got it, and if I do these things and change the environment so that it can't grow back, and I'm changing the environment of my body and my environment out here as much as I can, that I'll be fine. I feel great. I just went running today at Immerman Park 3 miles with my dog in the snow in this very super cold day, and it was fun. I enjoyed it, and it was wonderful. So I struggle, but the bottom line for me right now is that if I don't do chemotherapy and I get METs, which is what they call it when the cancers, those little cells are in there and they hook onto something else like my bones or lungs and start to grow into another kind of cancer. Once you get to that level, then there are women that live for years like that, but it's a challenge to maintain it and try to prevent the spread. And it's not a cakewalk. I'm sure it's not easy mentally either to know that the cancer's there and you can't get rid of it. And a lot of women do die from it. That's why they die, because the cancer has spread from the breast to other areas of their body. So my family, if I don't do chemotherapy and that ends up happening, and anyways, it still could happen even if I do chemotherapy, but at least if it does happen, my family will be not saying, well, if you would have done chemotherapy, you wouldn't have had this problem. I really wish you would have done it. And then also, my kids, I don't want them to be in the position where they're saying, why didn't you do chemotherapy? You should have done it. And look at, now you have METs. And I don't want to put that on them. If it was just me, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't have kids, probably. It's not even because I'm scared of the side effects, because I know very well that because of my healthy lifestyle and my positive attitude and my excitement for my career, which is going really well, that I'll make it through it just fine. I have a very strong feeling that my side effects are going to be minimal and it's not going to be a huge issue for me, but I just don't. I'm trying to clean up. This goes against what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to clean up my environment. I'm trying to clean up my diet to prevent toxic chemicals from entering my body. Whatever. Honestly, I don't have a choice. I don't feel like. Because what else am I going to do? And if I don't do chemo, then everybody's going to be like, oh, you need to do it. You better do it. And blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to do it. Probably I'm going to meet with Dr. Bartnick on Wednesday, and then we'll get started, I guess. So that's it. That's the plan. I'll keep you posted.